What the hell?
Good morning, everybody.
Morning.
Welcome to this week's meeting of the Essex Business Forum. I'm Nathan Squire, I'm your meeting chairman. Helped in conducting the meeting, in getting you through the agenda, my leadership team. May they be upstanding and introduce themselves to the meeting.
Good morning. Jane Mannion, Membership Committee Chairperson.
It's me. Good morning, I'm Scott, your meeting secretary, manager of stats, and had some favourite project.
Morning everybody, I'm Terry, I deal with membership and recruitment.
Morning all, I'm Paul Corrigan, I'm your social secretary.
Thank you all. Please be seated. This morning we have a visitor, Sylvia. Nice to see you. Hope you enjoyed the meeting. Let's get on with the meeting. I'm standing in for Ben today, and the performance league is first.
Yes, the performance league. Today being the last opportunity to score points this month before we totally up and work out our winner. Sylvia, for your benefit, performance league, we all score points for doing loads of different things. Points for just turning up, points for giving and receiving and converting business, for having a one-to-one get-together to learn more about each other. Loads and loads of different ways. Just commenting on our blog, winning the Oscar that you see, Oscar over there. So we chart the points to celebrate those that kind of contribute the most to the group. 3 members so far this month have topped 300 points. 88 points being our benchmark, so well above that. 302 points is Mr. Matt Barry, third place, well done. Silver medal, 306 points is Mr. Paul Corrigan.
Oh, Paul.
Congrats, 318 points. For me.
Honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We probably get front end, but.
Okay. It would be unfair to characterise it as a fiddle, but he does earn the points. That's how well done, Scott. Right, I'm standing in for Ben, who at this stage introduces the education. He either does it, or he gets somebody else to do it. This week, fortunately arranged for somebody else to do it. That was Paul DeLue.
Oh, no.
He's on a hangover watch or something.
No, it's very impressive. It's not long.
Right. So, I'm afraid you're stuck with me. I just wanted to use this education slot as an opportunity to point out 1 or 2 counterintuitive things that EBF have. Firstly, charity. We're not a charity. In fact, we're actually the opposite of a charity, because we're all trying to find work for each other to handle everything else. So we're the opposite of that. But during the course of the year, charitable things come up. Individual members have their own specific charities, and we try and help support them. So we don't let it rule our soul. We don't turn it away. The other thing is our synergies. At the heart of the synergy too is getting groups together who work together to enable them to get more referrals because they work together. It's obviously best illustrated by Matt, Scott, Mike, and Paul DeLue. But there's others, and what we need to do is make these connections, and in this coming year try and make those connections further so that we can get more referrals by linking up as a group. Now, the counterintuitive bit is that effectively we're going off in little groups, which is not the intention and the idea of EBF, is to get together and work together for each other. But nonetheless, as long as in getting your group together you're inclusive, there's no reason why you shouldn't operate exclusively to ensure you get those referrals. So there you go, a little insight that you might think is a load of rubbish, but that's me. That's the education side. And membership matters. Terry, do we have anything exciting? Or anything at all? No. Right, thanks. Here we are. Right, now, the next stage is to move on to the 60-second round. Your chance in 60 seconds to advance your business. Ask for specific referrals that you're looking for this year, this week, this year. I'm going to pass the business card box round. If you could make sure you're adequately represented in there, and take cards to help you make referrals. I'm also going to pass that little blue box round, fill it up, bring it back so the instructions are right. Okay. Let's get on with the 60-second round. Now, the winner of the Oscar last week was John. No. Sally, I think
Also known as John.
it's legal version, yeah. It's the way the desk is. Yeah. Anyway, but it was Sally, and she will be listening ever so carefully and awarded the Oscar at the end of the round. She will, of course, go first. In order to have a chance to assess the rest of you will do it. So let's start with Sally. Paul Corrigan will follow. So Sally, you're up.
Good morning everyone, my name's John and I come from the land of fragrances, so I am a manufacturer and wholesaler and retailer of home fragrance products, so candles, beauty diffusers and mists, kind of thing, based in Dunmo. Today, especially for Paul DeLue, who's not here, I thought I'd bring another little sideline of mine. I don't do these very often, but I thought it would be interesting to show you. Occasionally for brides and sometimes for funerals, I have been asked to do memorial candles or celebration candles, which they do in a big kind of pyramid at their wedding and give out to their guests. So this is one that I did for one of my clients this year. You have to have 50 really for me to really make it a viable thing, but not necessarily quite to my taste, but this was the ribbon that the bride had in her bouquet. She designed the candle, she gave me the labels, they did all of this. This all tied in with her colourways, and inside, which I'll open up in a minute and I'll leave it on the desk, is what the actual candle looked like. So just to let you know, that is something that I can do. So if you know anyone, Paul, who's not here, or anyone else who's getting married or would like to celebrate in any way, I can do it. Thank you.
Sorry. Paul is next, followed by Matt.
Good morning all, Paul Corrigan from Solitaire Plumbing and Heating. It's been another busy week for us this week, which is nothing new at Solitaire. Some good, mostly good. I've had a couple of bad, stressful issues, which Terry's dealing with. Legend. And yeah, we had some really good news yesterday actually, which is always a bit of good news. We put an offer in for a commercial property and it's just been accepted. So we've just got to provide proof of funds and certainly have the next. But yeah, all exciting stuff. So now it's just, I just need you lot to help raise some money so I can pay for this place. That's my preference. Anyway, thanks for listening.
Matt, you're next and you're followed by Mike.
Good morning everyone, Matt from Blue Seraph. It's been a really energising week. We've had some really great conversations, including a brilliant meeting with Sally and one of her associates, where it just reminded me, why I love doing what I do, by sort of taking people's inspiration about their businesses, about their brands, about their products, and sort of really learning, getting under the skin of it, and then from there being able to do some great creative and marketing, which we haven't done yet, but that's all to come. And yeah, again, some amazing conversations yesterday with Great Ormond Street and also another long-standing client, all talking about the future, talking about how we can support them going in to this year and beyond. And this is the time that people are really looking at their marketing and their brands. So if you or you know anyone that needs some help and support on that, then please do get in touch. Very much.
Thank you, Matt. Mike, you're next and you're followed by Blake.
Morning everyone, Mike from Brentwood Media. For the benefit of the guests, I do photography and videography for businesses and events. So I just want to go back to basics a little bit this week. Websites, when you go onto websites, they serve two functions. They've got the functional and they've got a little bit of the main things you're going for. If you go on there and you can't find the pages or the information you're after, you're going to get fed up, you're going to shop elsewhere. If you go on there and it all looks a bit crap, you're not going to be convinced and you're going to shop elsewhere. So yeah, I just kind of when you're booking things, when you're speaking to suppliers, when you're reaching out to anyone this week, I don't want you to sort of notice their website looks a bit crap, give them a phone call, go, oh, your website looks shit, I've got a guy that can do it, fix this out. It's too much to ask, but what you can do is just copy that address, pop it to me on WhatsApp, I can have a look at it, think, can I help them out, and get in contact with them. So yeah, keep your eyes out for any websites that just really don't look as good as they should. Mine for Black Multimedia. Thank you.
Please, we'll follow the
Good morning, everyone. I'm still looking for ideas for my portfolio to build my AI stuff, but also for any automation really. Automating spreadsheets, apps, custom bits of code for your website, anything like that I can help out with. So just throw some ideas at me for what you already use, what you would like to use. If you hear any friends saying, oh, I'm struggling with this, pass it across to me and I can see if I can not help them out, but build something that would help them out in the future or help somebody else out. But yeah, keep me busy.
Yes.
So, thank you very much.
Thanks, Blue. Clara, we'll follow by Stuart.
Morning, I'm Clara Downton Mortgages and Financial Services. So I thought this morning I'd kind of give a little bit of an illustration as to, how I may be able to kind of help in situations which seem fairly obvious. Had a client this week who, everything sounded very straightforward, affordability was great, she can get some of the best options at the moment on the table kind of thing, so brilliant. And I'm chatting through with her and I'm like, is there anything unusual about your property? And she said, well, it's got a metal roof. I'm like, okay, that's slightly unusual. Okay, that's going to now sort of be a direction of my search. So I look at the first lender on the kind of the cheapest that I could get her, and I have a conversation with my contact there, and he's like, yeah, no, I think that's going to be unacceptable. So I worked my way through, I spoke to the different lenders, and I worked out which one is most likely to say yes. And we've already got a yes from them.
Right.
So it really does show that actually sometimes it is about that detail, knowing the questions to ask and making sure I get those questions answered so that we get the right lender the first time. It's me, Clara Downton Mortgages and Financial Services.
Good, Clara. Stuart, you're next, and we'll follow by Catherine.
My name's Stuart from LG Networks, IT support cloud service provider. A lot of what we do is remote and in the cloud is actually hard to make tangible. One thing that we do an awful lot of at the moment is the physical networking infrastructure, the actual cabling, the sockets that go in the walls. It's not very sexy, it's not very glamorous, but it is essential. We're doing it currently on a very large scale for a large Canadian investment bank in London that are moving about 400 people from one office to another. But even on a smaller scale, the job we've done earlier this week, just running out 6 different products to power Wi-Fi access points throughout a warehouse. Any business that you know is going to be moving from one place to another, it's going to be a really good opportunity. They are going to have to look into having their cabling set up properly. So if you know any businesses that relocate, please come in touch with me and Stuart and all the networks. Thank you very much.
I have a plumbing firm that might be
Thank you, Stuart. Catherine, was your bacon crispy this morning?
It was.
Excellent.
Yes, I didn't have to have any fat. I was very happy. No, I don't like to play with my food in front of people. Catherine Foley, English Tutor Plus. I'm talking about student proofreading today. So it's the time of year when most students, certainly A-level students, are working on their NEAs, which is non-exam assessment. Usually they have to submit them to the school by March because they need to be marked, moderated and sent off to the exam board by May. So at this stage, they have probably used up all of their opportunity to have it marked by a teacher, because teachers are only allowed to look at one draft. But I'm no longer a teacher, so I can cheat the system. So if you know anybody who is working on an NEA and would like it to be checked before it's submitted to make sure it's accurate, fluent, well-structured, engaging, please put them in touch with me. As long as it's written in the English language, it does not have to be an English essay. I'm quite happy to do history, geography, anything that is written in English. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Catherine. Josh, you're next, and you're followed by Leah.
Out there. Normally, also represented the senior your resident architect. this morning I just want to talk to you about the new commission that I've recently won that I'm very excited about. So I'm often talking a lot about how I can help my clients with their homes and add value, but I've recently been able to get something in the hospitality sector. I've been employed to extend the premises of a coffee shop in Chelmsford, and we'll be looking at how they can use their space more efficiently. And there'll also be some bespoke elements which I really enjoy, so I'll be designing a custom bar for them, because as well as serving coffee in the evening, they're also able to do alcohol and food. And it's just a really great opportunity, because the sort of technical aspects are a tender pack that I'll be doing, so that will help them with building control approval, because they'll be converting another unit next to theirs, and they'll need to show how they're going to use it efficiently and how they're going to sort of install drainage. And then I'll also be helping them with their landlord, because they'll need approval from the landlord to convert the space. So that's just another sort of thing that I'm interested in. But apart from residential, if you only want hospitality, other sort of commercial sections, then probably get in touch. Thank you.
Thanks, Josh. You're followed by Jen.
Well, good morning everyone, Leanne of Brooklyn Interiors. So this week I've been helping a friend. She contacted me last week. They want to put their house back on the market. The last time it was on the market, they had a couple of people view and there was no offers. They want to put it back as they've found a property now. So she asked me to go around and assess the house and see if I can make any changes or investments. So I did a bit of research in the area, I've done their price range, what was being sold, what was still up for sale, how long it was all up for sale, and I put my spin on it. If I was buying the properties, what did I like about them? What did I suggest? And I put together a little report. Now, unfortunately, the properties in that area, the price range, their gardens were a lot larger than what they've got. So it's making the house feel more luxurious than the garden, so that people see the house as a whole rather than anything. And I did notice in her photos for the sale, they were very clinical. She had cleared everything. And it's like, no. You've got to make the home feel homely. It's got to look lived in. You've got to, when people are buying their house, they've got to imagine themselves living there. So that's what I've been doing this week. So if you know anyone that wants to sell their house and might need a little bit of advice on staging or tidying, please put them in touch with me. Thank you.
Thank you, Leanne. Jane, you're followed by Johnson.
Thank you. Jane Mannion from the English Community Company. So borrowing the cream egg phrase, how do you eat yours? So this little thing, it's so controversial. It's not its fault at all. First of all, how do you even pronounce it? Scone. I mean, honestly, let's not go there. But then how do you eat it? So I had some Koreans for a tea party, and they didn't pay any attention to what I was doing, and they put their cream and jam on top of the thing as a whole, which meant very wide mouths. It wasn't an attractive sight. But when I'm doing a talk, I do talk called Are You Palace Ready? Just to see how your etiquette is. And do you do it that way? Do you do it that way? Or do you abandon the knife and pull it apart? The answer is hands. And so it's quite correct, it's most correct to break open your scone or scone if you can. Sometimes they're so mean and tight and small, you will have an explosion. Let's not do that. But yes, how do you eat yours? I don't care as long as you do order them. Jane from the English Green Tea Company.
Thank you, Jane.
You're welcome.
John Hammond is followed by Scott.
Good morning, everybody. I'm John Hammond from JMH Technology. We supply all your security needs, but this week I want to talk about CCTV. CCTV is a big component of protecting your premises, not only from break-ins, but from staff disputes or customer disputes, whether it's a coffee shop, whether it's a shop in wherever you're having your new premises, Malden. CCTV can help you with anything that happens. You need a good quality system, but not only do you need a good quality system, you want a system that reports to you if anything's wrong. You want it to email you if a camera's being moved. Because if it's not pointed in the right direction and it's not looking at the till, you don't know what's going on. We can supply all of those. And we've installed loads of them. The one in Kettering at the moment, the builder's knocked the camera. It instantly emailed me to say the view had changed. I just told the client, Vasquez popped down to put it right. But that's what we can do for you. We can install an intelligent CCTV system at a cost-effective price. I'm John Hammond from JMH Technology, applying technology to security.
Thanks, John. Scott, you're next, and you're followed by Terry.
Good morning, all. Dr. Scott. I'm assuming you've all seen the film The Matrix. I'd just like you to sort of think through that explanation. I see the web like Neo sees the Matrix. I see the noughts and the ones. Just like Matt will look at something and know the Pantone colour reference or font as the first thing that he sees. I see the technical stuff on the web jump at me much more than you guys, the actual website owners. Very, very, very common that the business owners that have got a new website think, wonderful, I've got a new website, but they don't realise that it's not doing its job. It's not shouting and screaming and promoting itself. It might have errors, issues, 404s, might actually be damaging their brand or reputation. So my ask of you is, just ask anyone you know who owns a website to get a free audit. Quick and easy, I can just chuck my tools in it, scan, find some errors, and a bit of human time, and identify some easy, quick wins to make your website work. Thank you very much.
Can you do a voice?
Not quite.
Terry, you're next, and you're followed by Dave.
Thanks, Nathan. Good morning, everybody. Terry Mayling from CM Law. So I had a client last week. She was being made redundant, or so she was told. She was offered a very small amount of money, a few £100s. She'd been there years, and I said, this isn't right. They're just letting her go, no reason or anything. So I said to her, go back and get some pay slips, because she insisted there was no contract. I said, go and get some pay slips, show me how long you've been employed, and we can renegotiate this few £100. So she came back to me yesterday, and she sent me two things. One was a document that plainly said she's not an employee, that had been going on for years, and said you've got a zero, blah, blah, blah. And then one just a year ago that said you are now an employee. Hence, she hadn't been there 2 years, which is why they were paying her such a small sum of money. So that kind of destroyed all my negotiating power. The moral of the story is it's really important employment contracts, whether you're preferably your employers here, make sure you've got employment contracts, make sure you say what they think they're going to say, and you save yourself a whole load of grief from someone like me coming after you. Terry Mayling, see you.
Thank you, Terry. Dave, you're next, you're followed by Howard.
Morning everybody, Dave from Electrical Electrician Space in Brentwood. Had a really busy week this week. Done a bit of fault finding, which is still ongoing. We finished the storage units, which we started a couple of weeks ago. They're all up and running now. We fitted, I think it's about 10 wireless switches in a swimming pool. So they're all battery operated, no risk of any electric shocks. We've done a new cooker supply, so this is just a small domestic job, just wiring up for a new cooker. And we've been rewiring some shops as well down in Rayleigh, and also installed a car charger. This week as well, we're hoping to get it over the line. We've got a customer with a fleet of vans, fleet of electric vans, and we're hoping to install about 8 to 10 car chargers for him. And there's still grants available for those. So anybody wants any electrical work done, domestic, commercial, industrial, please give me a call. Thank you.
Howard, you're next, and I'm following you, and I will be followed by Paul.
Morning all. I'm looking for financial advice, but independent financial advice in case of delivery. Last week I completed two completely separate cases of pension consolidation, where I had two lots of clients that had loads of pensions dotted around on which they're all tidied up. And by and large I did that. They've got a much tidier situation, the underlying investments are much better, but in both cases I told them to leave at least one pension in place. So one client had a pension with what's called a guaranteed annuity rate. So the pension itself is really old and not that exciting, but this guaranteed annuity rate thing more than makes up for it. And the other client had quite an old pension again with enhanced tax-free cash. So the tax-free cash available was more than 25%. And for that client, that was a really, really good thing to have. So we'll do this for clients, but only where it's appropriate. And there were things jumping out on those pensions that were quite important that could benefit the client later on. We'll tell that client and we'll leave those where they are. Okay. So if you know any clients who've got lots of pensions dotted around and just want to have a look at them, then send them along. Thank
you. Favourite smile from TM Law. I bet those of you who've made your resolutions this year have broken them. And if you haven't made one, you haven't got one. Now, let's rethink it. Let's go with fresh resolutions. As from this week, make sure that yourself and your loved ones and anyone else you know has got a will, so that their assets go to where they want them to go. make sure the people you love and the people you know have got LPAs in place, so that if they lose their marbles or get run over, which can happen to the much younger ones, there's somebody there to look after their finances and look after them. And finally, a resolution to make sure that if you come across any of these two people, you refer them to me, not to anybody else. That's Aidan Smart and Team Law. And I'm Philip Buckle.
Probably the number one topic over the next few months is going to be making tax digital for income tax. Applies to self-employed and landlords. The first staging is, here it is, or turnover is 50,000. So if you've got 50,000 or more turnover or rental income or a combination of both in the last 24-25 tax year, then it's quarterly returns from April. We've got about 40 that are staging from April. So there's lots of solutions. It's important for people not to put their heads in the sand. And if anyone's got any questions, please put them my way. From Booth & Co. Minimize tax.
Thank you very much, Paul. Right, that's the members' contributions. Sylvia, give us 60 seconds.
Thank you, everyone. My name is Sylvia, and I'm S&P Security Services Company. We provide commercial, residential, specialist cleaning services. I'm in the cleaning industry since 2014, when I started as self-employed cleaner. I built my business layers, and why it stands out is because we have a strong focus on quality and customer satisfaction, working system. Our staff are DBS checked and trained, fully trained. The main focus this year is to grow the commercial side of the business, like office cleaning, community areas cleaning, end of tenancy, after builders cleaning, Airbnb clinics as well. So good connection are property management managers, facility managers, estate agents, builders, and every business that manage properties and things.
Thank you. I also didn't mention that you can pass your cards around. If you'd like to send them around that way, I should have mentioned it before we started the 60 seconds round. Right, there we are, that's the end of it.
The Oscar. Well, Dave, your week sounded exhausting, so I was tempted to give it to you so you could admire it and have a glass of wine, think about John, have a lovely week. But I'm going to give it to Josh, because what I liked about your 60 seconds was the way that you demonstrated how you diversified, because I've only ever heard you talk about private resi work, and it's really nice to hear that you can also diversify into the commercial side of it. So, the Oscar is
very good.
Yeah. Sally, thank you very much for that. Well done, Josh. We move on. Our Dalton moving on is moving to the meeting secretaries report. Scott.
Yes, okie dokie. Meeting Secretary's report. Let me just give you some numbers of how the month has panned out. So far this morning, we've recorded just £5,000 worth of new business since last week on those, and 11 new referral opportunities. Stick that on top of the £56,000 we've done for the previous 3 weeks. That gives you a rough idea, as a good example, of what a month typically looks like and kind of the opportunities in the business that we share in the group. That time of year, a couple of weeks, is our birthday. Birthday. So it's your opportunity, please, to vote for who across the course of this last year you think should win one of our prestigious awards. We've got 4 awards, 3 that you vote for, and 1 that gets delivered and worked out by the Performance Link scores. But yes, I need you to think about your best 60-second presenter across the whole year, your best 10-minute presenter, and you're member of the year for whatever reason, it's completely up to you. You don't need to put your name on it, but if you could fill it in and pass them down, that would be wonderfully pleased. And in a few weeks' time, we'll announce all those awards. Scott, thank you.
Very much, Scott. Right. Now approach the next major part of the meeting, and that's the 10-minute presentation.
Thank you very much. Yeah, thank you. A bit of a technical issue this morning. We managed to get there with my Valley map to get the screen working. My plan today is to walk you through the new website that I launched a couple of weeks ago for myself. I've been embarrassed of my website for a couple of years. It was old and outdated and not really working properly. So across Christmas, I built myself a new website. So I just thought I'd take a few minutes at 8 and walk you through what it is and what I've done. I'm probably going to have to hide a little bit behind the screen while I talk, but let me have a go. So this is the younger, slimmer, beardless me on screen. Is this touch, Matt? It's not, no? Okie dokie. So let's just walk you through some of the website. Some quick things. We're not going to sit and read it, but what we are going to look at, some of the snazzy features that I quite like. What you do get if you use me, well, you don't get. You get basically crap stuff if you have a website made somewhere else, or really groovy stuff if you do use Eseyo and build proper, decent working websites. There's a whole range of different services available. I've attempted to get many things in a very granular way explained on the screen. Now, I'm not going to sit and read the descriptions for all of them. What I'm going to do is just look at the two core services that I provide. Website design has lots of sub-services. Search engine optimization has lots of sub-services. So most of the time, if I do a project for someone, it combines lots of these aspects. But some people come to me for just one of those little issues or one of those little things. So let's have a look at what web design means. So you can read this at your leisure at home at Eseyo.com, checking out the service. But for now, we can build custom plugins. So if there's something that isn't available, we can code, design, build, Blake assist me with this, Neil assist me with this. We build custom plugins. We train website owners on how to manage their own content, add blog posts, to update their case studies, to add new content to the site. It's very common that people just get stuck because they can't do things themselves. Conversion optimization, getting traffic is part one. Making the traffic do what you want them to do. Place the order, download the white paper, fill in the booking or the conversion or whatever it is. Kind of targeting and making that work is a skill. Require constant refining and assessment. We can help with that. I mean, he's even on here, creative agency support. It's something that I'm looking to potentially do more of, but it's helping design agencies that don't have that technical nerd that can help them understand web in a really technical aspect and help them to deliver their ability to have their projects themselves. Everything we do is WordPress. So we have a WordPress care plan looking after your plugins, the WordPress settings, the security, your backups, making sure it's all just running smoothly and working. Be amazed how many clients I don't look after when I go in. It's an absolute mess. And like I say, you wouldn't necessarily know it's a mess because it's not your job to be web developers and understand how WordPress and technical stuff works. But when I look at it, it's just, yeah, typically can be pretty nasty. Information architecture is something that needs to happen typically at the start of a project, but it's just understanding the best way to represent your information and get it out there to the world. Without a properly planned and built website, it becomes really difficult to grow a website and add more to it and display things in a really neat way. Quite often you have to just throw away and start again. So doing stuff in that way is a really important skill that needs to be built into every project. And of course, yes, we do e-commerce and all that other stuff. So that's enough website design work. From the search engine optimization side, let's just highlight some of the key parts of my portfolio and what we do. First, very important one, free SEO audit. So if anyone would like one of those, just shout at me. I will throw my tools at your site. It will do some scans and checks and identify any issues or problems. What it won't do, it will look in a very technical way, whether you've forgotten to put that alt tag on your image, or you haven't done this, or you haven't done that. It's a technical assessment. What it won't look at is whether you've written good content or not, or whether you're actually displaying the right kind of message. So the human side of the audit is me having a review and a combination of technical and human response is what you get back from me from an audit. And I'm happy, that's a wonderful referral for me if you can get me any SEO audits, because they typically convert into a list of work that needs to be done. Working with Blake, we've written lots of tools to collect and scrape data from other websites using AI, using various different services. Good example, Mr. Toilet client, my largest client, Euroloo, they wanted to market to local builders. So we built some tools to collect lots of information. It wasn't GDPR issue because it's all information publicly available from websites, but we built a list that they wanted to send letters to. And just one good example of how we scraped the web to get some good data. Link building is something I've been talking about recently over the last few weeks, the initiative that some of us have been doing to help create links from each other's websites back so that we share the authority and boost our own ranking signals. It's a pain in the backside, link building, it's hard work. But it's something that we have to do as part of our project to make everyone's websites perceived better by Google and increase your ranking strength. I'm going to demonstrate bulk landing pages in just a moment, but essentially the thing you do in all the places that you do it. I've created a campaign for website design in Essex for me, so there's I think 85 locations that I've produced. So there's a page for website design in Gideon Park, in Romford, in Sheffield, in Hutton, in Brentwood, and so on and so on. And they're just now, after 2 weeks, just beginning to start ranking. But I'll explain how that works, how that can work for you in just a second. There's some other things. Go and take a look in your own time. Let's come back. Now, I also have a help centre on my site. I recommend whether you have FAQs, or help centre, or resources, or whatever you want to call it. This is an opportunity for me to publish loads and loads of content, just like you would on a blog or anything else, to make me look like an expert in my field. And all of these articles are created to capture search. So when somebody searches for signs my website needs a makeover, or what's the best platform for doing e-commerce, those queries, there's an answer on my site. So we're slowly over time building out that portfolio of loads of useful resources. Now, the one bit I didn't get down to when I was scrolling down here, showing my team, did I? Some people you might well recognise. There we go.
Hey.
So not that we haven't met, I met Neil at Networking Group about 15 years ago. He's my senior developer. But the rest of these, don't know why that picture's not showing. Sorry, Catherine. Lucas looks like a very strange chap. He is. He's a keynote speaker at lots of global SEO conferences. He really knows his shit. He's amazing. We work with him primarily because Euroloo, but other big projects. You've met Chris if you've ever received an invoice from us. It would have come from her. Chris is my mum. But the rest of my team are there. You guys. So that's probably enough quickly there for the minute. Now let me show you a couple of things. How does AI view my legend? Okay, I'm going to skip.
Yeah. You've got a few stories to tell.
It looks like a detective, doesn't it?
Oh, he looks like a shark catcher out of
So those guys are paying. There's your listings. There's me. And that's in Gideon Park. But just as an example, this is one of the pages that I've created to target Gideon Park for website design services. You'll notice naturally it features Gideon Park throughout the content in different places. And all of these descriptions feature giddy apart, blah, 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 just carefully interwoven amongst all that stuff. The important thing is that across all these pages, so there's 85 of them for me, all the content is unique. So I haven't just searched and replaced Shenfield and changed it to Hutton and changed Hutton to Billericay, because Google would take one look at that and it would index one page and ignore the rest because they're the same. So all of the words are unique, and that's the tricky bit. So we've got some clever tools and some code that I write that achieves that, and that makes sure that all of those 80 pages are into Google and work for me. I'm going to release a campaign. This one was talking about website design in Gidea Park. I'm going to do a campaign for Eseyo in and then all those locations across Essex. I do that for Euroloo. We have 50,000 pages. Portable toilet hire in, name every town in the UK. Chemical toilet hire in, builder's toilet hire in. That's why there's 50,000 pages on that site. But every single one of those achieves a page by ranking. So that's the amazing way of being found for the thing you do in the place you do it, but I'm out of time. So thank you for listening. Do please take the opportunity, hopefully, to just check out my site. I'll really appreciate it. Don't just go straight to it. Do a Google search and then click on the link to help me improve my rankings and my reporting, and then get on it from there. So just try website design in the place where you live. Hopefully I'll be. Fingers crossed. Any questions? Howard.
What warning would you give to someone who thinks, I'm going to build my own site using one of these AI agents that we see on social media? We just tell the app, will be a site that does X, Y, Z.
Yeah, you can do it. It's really quick and easy. If your business is vanilla and you want that kind of black box, same as everybody else, do it. And for some people, that's right. Go for it. Absolutely brilliant. If you want something that truly reflects who you are, that you have the ability to customise and stand out and be different, then you need something a little bit bespoke. Quite often, starting with that cheap one can get you to the right place, and then we can extend it. But it goes back to information architecture, how vitally important it is. If you just let AI create a quick, easy version, you sometimes have to throw a lot of it away to redo it so that you can expand and grow and properly promote it. So it can work, it can be a good idea. Not always, if you're serious about it, it's not always the best way to go. Anyone? Paul?
I had a dripping tap for about 3 months in my house. I've had my pressure relief valve was dripping for years, and I just left it. Was that difficult to do for yourself?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd imagine.
Yeah, it was. I mean, I get to a point that I was embarrassed to get people to my website, and I thought, it's Christmas, I've got a little bit of time off, I'll do it. Luckily, I asked lots of my team on there, can you write me a page about brand design, or can you write me something about data scraping and AI? And my team have helped me get some content together. But yeah,
I'd imagine,
it is hard work doing your own work, isn't
it?
Paul?
Yeah, cybercrime and website security. What steps should we be taking to make sure our website can't be hacked?
So primarily, host with a proper hosting provider. So all the solutions we've got lots of different networks of kind of servers in different places, but they all have to have layered security to stop all that. But the weakest thing is always the human, the amount of passwords that I find, where it's West Ham 1 or it's this one, is just have a good, strong password and change them locations. I pick up so many sites where they're very, very weak password. Why would someone want to hack my website? Is a really common question. I don't have anything transactional, there's nothing on there, it's just my brochure, it's boring. They won't hack it to steal money or anything else. They'll hijack your space and use it to distribute their malware and their other nasty things, and you might not even realise, because they won't deface the front, but they'll put all of their dodgy material just on your domain name, ruin your Google brand, your Google rankings, and damage that reputation potentially. Good. So yeah, don't scrimp on internet security on hosting.
You know, you mentioned about your audit, you said that's a good referral for you. I get, and I'm sure a lot of you do, I get at least 10 or 15 a day in my junk mail, offering to do an Eseyo audit. I mean, they're just from all over the world, obviously. And I'm assuming, like most of you, I just delete them because they just...
Yeah, and the one thing that always gets me, why would anybody reply to someone that's come to you offering a professional website service from a Gmail account?
Yeah.
You know, some guy from some other typically different part of the world using a Gmail account to contact you to offer to improve your professional services. Yeah, don't go there. I mean, the tools, the audit tools, it is very easy for me to put a domain name in, press go, and get a report out an hour later. But it's interpreting and understanding and relaying that back to you and what it means that's one of the important parts. And if I gave you a list of 35 things that you need to do on your site, you might look at it and go,
nah.
Thanks, lovely, what the heck do I do with that? It's, you know, implementing those changes as well.
Scott, oh, go on,
Have
the
you had
last
people-
one.
Have you had people hijack the email account so they create a fake email with people's name?
I mean, you can't do that unless you've got that domain access, but it's very easy to spoof an email. When you set all those things up, you have to go through and you have to put all the different bits of authentication and various settings in to make it work. If you don't, yeah, someone... We're getting more and more trained to identify these issues now, and certain email clients will flag that if an email account doesn't have DKIM sent or SPF record or those other techie things, it will say that this is potentially a dodgy message. But you just got to get all that done right with whoever provides an email service.
Right, that's your lot. Thank you very much indeed, Scott. What's going to happen when that number goes down? Right. Let's move on to the referrals and testimonials round. Let's all start with Paul. If you can do the running for Scott, let's get on with it.
Yeah, welcome to Sylvia. I hope you enjoyed the meeting and nice to meet you. Well, I've got, as always, is that number 50th or 60th?
Got something like that.
Yeah. Really good, as always. Thank you. Email for the next member, meeting.
Well, Scott, that was excellent as always. I've got a show thank you for Paul and Jake. Have an afternoon tea being both clients and managers of information.
Lovely. Well, not lovely, they just not really.
Thank you, Scott. Yes, often and always interesting to see your latest updates. I've got a referral for Leanne. Leanne came out with a source on Tuesday, design consultation. Very informative, very helpful.
Thanks. Excellent meeting and lovely to see you, Sylvia, and see you come again. Just done his what else? Got breakfast down here. I've got things with money to Paul, but then I think it's been so long that I've forgotten actually who gave who, and I actually think that I actually gave it to you. That's a good thing. What's up? Probably the same man, that's just what's his face? Thank you very much to Paul, and yeah, just great one-to-one with Sally. Really good. So and a really nice social one-to-one as well. Lovely to see you all. See you next.
Right, great meeting everyone. Really impressive presentation. I'm gutted that I don't have a WordPress website yet, but I'm saving up for that. So yeah, and what was I going to say? Yeah, had a great one-to-one with Harry. Good break social meetup. Thank you.
So far.
And I heard not this time. And just remember, last minute referral for Jake. I'd like a hand up for someone who is recovering. And yeah, hope to see you all next week.
Thanks for having it, Scott. Scott does our website and it works so well. Honestly, it's so good. Thanks for the slot. Aidan, you should do more than that. And welcome to Sylvia as well. Happy to see you again. I have a referral to yourself for the landing page and the EBF page.
Yep.
Referral to Matt, Matthew. The landing page. A referral to the bookshop as well.
Play the game.
Yeah, that's it. I'll go with the details for that. Yeah. That's it. Yeah, you can. If he hasn't called you, give him a call. And also, I've got a synergy. I forgot to do it last week. Thanks, all.
Thanks, Sylvia. I'll see you next week. Hopefully Scott will get our new website up and running. No, we're working on it. It's a bit slow from my side, but we'll get that in. And the other one's one with Jane. And love the homemade soup as well at the same time. Thank you.
And no electricity now and then, Jane.
Good luck, sorry.
Overrated anyway, electricity's overrated, Jane, don't we? Yeah, welcome to very much for coming on. Really appreciate you coming on. Hope it's not been too terrifying. And hope to see you again. This group can help you generate business, whether it's a little bit or not. We'll come back and we'll help you. Yeah, great one-to-one with Joshua. Thanks, Joshua. It was great. A good time. And thank you for money for an ex-member. And Scott has been creating my website 30 years ago. Version 1 or 2, just a little update. Now we're working on a proper update. So thank you very much, mate, for your support. And never had any problems.
Yeah, that was really great, and I'm going to testify for Scott's training ability, because I am such an absolute Luddite with technology, and I can make changes to my website. And although I am going to send you a whole range of photos to choose from, just to sort that out, please. Nice to meet you, Sylvia. I hope we'll see you again. I've got a referral to Joshua, just a friend of mine who wants to work with a local architect. He's a 5-day split. And Dom said that I can have the points that were offered for the social on Saturday, because I
Good try. Good try.
Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you for the warm welcome. It's lovely and really friendly environment. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah, great to meet you, Sylvia. Great to meet Scott. Obviously, worked together and you've been doing a lot for our website. Yeah, great impromptu head slut. Ben. See you next week.
Well, I completely lose my hair. You can dress me as Ben. Thanks for the money for Paul. This isn't. It's not strictly a referral, but I've got to build a contact. Next member here, who I spoke to yesterday, and that's. And I'm going to do you an email introduction to him.
Thanks.
I'll deal with that today. Excellent attendance, Scott. That's all.
All on your own up there, right? Well, so we're really good to see you back. If I remember correctly, I think the last period we had left because he got too busy with commercial work, so it's a good sign. Aidan, yeah, well, I'm stepping in for the Ed Slot one, and Scott's, yeah, I wish I had a WordPress website as well, because you keep advertising all these features, and I keep thinking, oh, that sounds good. No, I'm Squarespace, I can't do it. So, fun. Jane, last week you mentioned you had a list of wedding venues.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll catch up about that.
I have sent it to you. Yes, but I'll research.
I will make a note to look at my spam. And what we've got? Social rights, yeah, poker night at Scott's. Brilliant, really enjoyed it, and birthday for that, sticking around. And Ben and Hian I saw yesterday at the Speaker's Talk, and I've got a referral to Scott as well. Still comes of it. I'm doing some photos for a dentist in Kelvedon, but they're saying their whole website's getting a bit tired, so it's still. Good. Yeah. Thank you.
Nice to meet Sylvia. Sorry, my voice is going now. Hope you enjoyed it today. I'm the newest member who it's taken me a bit of time to settle in, but you do get used to it. So you call me strange names and things. No, joke that. So, great, Ed Slot. Thank you so much for that. Scott, I love what you do, and it goes right over my head like whoosh. You can feel the breeze, and it does give me slight anxiety. but the wheels are in motion, as you probably know through Matt, so we're getting there. So anyway, thank you everyone. Referring for Jane, and Matt's done it, but we had a one-to-one, so back he goes. Thank you. See you all next week.
Yeah, great meeting. Great info. Stunning for Ben. Ben says he's a bit dodgy in the morning, but he's hoping to be back next week. So, great Edslot, not Edslot, presentation. You did our website and it's fantastic. Some really nice to meet you, Sylvia. I will try and remember your name, but I'm awful with names. I've got the social meeting that we did, which you can have that, Scott, because it was at yours.
Thanks.
That was a great night, that was. Oh, wrong. I'll see you all next week.
Yep, great meeting as ever. We need to get that one-to-one scheduled, so yeah, definitely get that sort of planned in this week. And thank you for the one-to-one for Leanne. Just yeah, and I'll see everyone next week.
Yeah, great 2 minutes. I know you've built my website. Really pleased with it. I just need to update it. But I think, yeah, it's a really good website. Thank you. Nice to meet you, Sylvia. Hope to see you again. Wonderful, Clara. You can one back. And thank you for the money to Stuart. It was a really good meeting. And yeah, social meetup with Mike and Ben yesterday. And see you all next week.
Very good. Sylvia, well done for coming along today, and it's lovely to meet you. We need more girls. Fantastic. Jake, I've got an automation AI thing to run past you, please, if I may, see if it's possible.
That's to automate motion.
Yeah. To smile on the hour, every hour. My husband's probably. So, thank you very much to Dave Roberts, who did come over, ended up the whole day with his young man.
Okay.
And turns out old houses are so interesting for the So he's coming back to dig up the floorboards upstairs, yes? Yes, deep joint. Thank you for that. This is social sharing for Leanne. Do I have to record that?
Yes, goes on the. There's a big for it.
Yeah, okay. The Martins, Corey, came and delivered something for us, and he was the best price. He was very caring about it. He even phoned up from the location to ask whether it could be near a radiator or not near a radiator. He was really invested in doing a great job for us. So that's that one. Thank you. Dave Roberts, I've given you that. Did I give you the wrong thing?
I've got the one-to-one.
Oh, right. Well, this was Help Dark House. That's that. Scott has been working with me for my speaker website for some time, and mighty fine it is too. He makes things easy that aren't really easy, which is a good sign.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, thank you very much for that. Aidan, thank you for starting us off today. It was our style, my dear. And last of all, where's the camera? Love to Ben. Hope you're doing all right, darling. Thanks.
Thank you very much. Yeah, a couple of bits today, but first of all, thank you to you lot who really surprised me on Saturday evening. I was about to go upstairs with pyjamas on and come back down and chill in front of the telly. Thankfully, I looked at the dining room first and saw all these big smiley, laughing faces looking at me. So it was an amazing, really good fun. Very drunk, very silly evening of my career. So thank you to all of you.
Yes, and you won.
I did as well.
Did?
It was amazing. Yeah. Yes, Blake. Uralu wants some stuff. They want the mapping. Click on the Google Maps type app. We've spoken about that. Show me the money. Thank you for the money to Toby, who was here, and a couple of members. And I just wanted to say, Sylvia's here this morning because actually Sylvia's company approached EBF to see if they could come and clean our offices, which we don't have offices, but nevertheless, what I did was turn that round and invite her along here. So it's an opportunity for you guys to listen out to the people that are actively approaching your businesses. Can you spin it round and get a guest along to EBF from someone that's obviously looking to try and attract more local business? Hopefully we can deliver that for you. But that's just a good, easy way to get a guest along.
Right, now Scott, are you, yes, you can approach.
I can come from this side.
We've got a nice food here that I had nothing to do with. It's brilliant.
Let's spot arrange it.
Yeah, he knows which one's pick.
Yeah.
You shouldn't
No,
do
I
all of
do.
them.
It is from our book. So, right, if you try and just pass me the statue.
There you go, sir.
Howard.
Very much.
Right, well done, Scott. Today I just before I bring matters to a close, and before I throw it open for thought, just one comment about Scott and his website. There's one way you can make sure about the quality of Scott's website. Look on the internet website. How useful is that?
Yeah.
Scott.
Yeah, another fan here. This is a feature that we're bringing back in. The referral reality check. So these are referrals passed from last week. We're going to randomly pick a couple and just see what they turn into. Working you out if you're passing junk or not, or passing excellence. So who's it from?
And this one is from Paul Booth to Howard Bullock. Advise Nikon something please.
Yeah, that's in hand.
Let's see if that's done.
Isn't he relying on his son?
Paul.
Yeah, I've passed contact over. She's not a big contact yet, but I'll follow up.
Okay, last one.
Paul Booth and Howard again. IHT planning. Should we do another one?
Let's head. Yeah, let's do that on Friday.
They'll lie about it anyway. Right. This one is from Catherine to Scott.
Did you make contact? Did Paul answer your call on Friday?
He hasn't called me back.
Oh, Thompson, he's really hopeless and disorganised, but lovely. He'll get there in the end.
Right, that's all right, no problem. So thank you.
Right, here we go. Right. How about sending you on your way? I can't send you out in the sunshine, it's not raining. But before I do, may I ask you, anybody got seen notes, anything which refer to the meeting?
Just to let you all know, the property synergy group starts again next week, the next Thursday. Hopefully, you'll be on next week.
Anybody else? Good.
Happy special birthday to Scott for this week.
Oh,
yeah.
Thank you very much.
Happy birthday.
No, because he's good.
Right. We just hope he comes back from backland without any
Yes.
body parts missing or anything like that. That's
What
all.
did I do?
May I ask as to the status of the hairy cock? John, how's your hairy cock? How's it going?
It's going quite well. I will take pictures of it for you. Not today, obviously.
It's a plant.
I think we'll all have a better week for that. Thank you. I will send you on your way then. Thanks for all for sending out. Thanks for making a great meeting. Let's have you all in next week.